We learned late last night about a major change to the scope of the current New York Attorney General's investigation into the Trump Organization. It is now a criminal investigation, full stop. What started as a civil investigation into the Trump Organization is now a criminal investigation. This is a huge deal, and it at least changes the possible path of the probe. Now, remember that New York State Attorney General Letitia James was already in the middle of a civil investigation of Donald Trump's company. Now they are investigating the Trump Organization, quote, in a criminal capacity. This is also, it's hard to even keep this all straight. This is not the same investigation that Cy Vance Jr. is doing. James's spokesman says this investigation is being conducted in conjunction with the criminal probe of Trump and the Trump Organization by the Manhattan District Attorney Cyrus Vance. This is the Attorney General of New York now. These are two criminal investigations. Now, part of this is all thanks to Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former attorney, who has said many times now that the Trump Organization misstated real estate valuations to reduce their tax liabilities and to get better loan and insurance terms. The full statement from Letitia James's office is short, and it is, quote, "We have informed the Trump Organization that our investigation into the organization is no longer purely civil in nature. We are now actively investigating the Trump Organization in a criminal capacity, along with the Manhattan District Attorney. We have no additional comment at this time." Recall that Letitia James is the prosecutor who went after the Trump Foundation. Trump's now dissolved charity was ordered to pay $2 million to settle a lawsuit by the AG's office saying he misused the Trump Foundation and its funds to benefit his presidential campaign, as well as other unlawful activity for more than a decade. And the Trump Foundation agreed to pay the fine. And they also agreed in December of 2018 to completely dissolve and donate all remaining funds to charity. That's the same Letitia James that got that done, who is now investigating the Trump Organization criminally. Trump is calling both investigations witch hunts, which to me suggests, wow, there's probably something here, and we will see where both investigations go. Now, I maintain, and I know some people get mad when I say this, I maintain Trump will see no prison time period. There will be no handcuffed perp walk. But the more that this builds, and now it has shifted from merely civil to criminal, the possibility that someone goes to prison does go up. But almost certainly this is going to be a massive financial burden on Trump in terms of legal bills. And as I've said before, these investigations, while they're not going to put Trump in prison, they're not. They could keep Trump from running in 2024, which would be amazing. It's optimistic thinking, but it very well could quickly become a massive burden for Trump. And if it keeps him out of candidacy in 3.5 years, that would be a great thing. Now, there's one other aspect to this. There are people reacting to news from this probe and from the Cy Vance probe by saying, if it's taking this long, nothing is happening. It's just going to peter out. I spoke to a couple of prosecutors I know who said, from the outside, you can't really know. But often, the longer the investigation takes, the stronger the case is, because they're uncovering more and more wrongdoing, and they want to be really sure that the cases are ironclad before they move forward. Either way, it's speculative. But the point is, it's not obvious, it's not certain that the fact that this is dragging with no charges yet is bad. It's also important to remember, at least with the Cy Vance probe, that Trump was able to obstruct that moving forward by not providing his tax returns for his entire presidency. Only in the last couple of months did they finally get a court decision that said, yes, Trump must give Cy Vance his taxes. So that part of the investigation has only really now started. It's been delayed, and that could be part of it as well. One other really small thing. A couple of people wrote to me and they said, this is the real reason Trump left New York. It wasn't to avoid taxes. It wasn't because New York wasn't good to him because they didn't vote for him in the presidential election. The real reason Trump left New York was to get away from this investigation. I just don't think so. Number one, Trump is a narcissist, and narcissists have this idea that no one can touch them. So I don't think Trump is leaving. That doesn't make sense. Number two, leaving New York doesn't actually stop the investigations. So it would be stupid in that sense. And number three, Trump is really cheap and really greedy. So changing residency from New York to Florida makes a lot of sense because avoiding taxes is completely on brand with Donald Trump's priorities. So I believe that's really the reason Trump left. The investigation will follow him to Florida if that's what needs to happen. And it will. Trump. I don't think Trump really thinks in the terms you and I might think of something like this. So I think it's just money. And that's why Trump left New York, at least as far as residency is concerned. We'll have more on this growing multiple investigations set now on the David Pakman Show Instagram. Make sure you're following us on Instagram at David Pakman Show, and follow me on Instagram for the latest from my garden. Nothing more riveting than that. You can find me on Instagram at david.pakman. One of our sponsors is Vincero Watches, giving you 15% off. A high-quality wristwatch is the perfect way to elevate your style. Own at least one watch that makes you feel great when you put it on. You can often see me wearing my Vincero watch on the show. Mine is the gunmetal vessel model. I'm a big fan of the metallic look of the face of the watch. I like the silicone strap. You won't find a better made watch for this good a price anywhere else. When you put it on, you know you got more than you paid for. Vincero believes in crafting super quality watches from high-end materials, but selling them at fair prices, which is why they have over 26,000 five-star reviews. And they stand behind every watch they make with a 1-year return policy and 5-year warranty. They'll give you 15% off everything in their store and free shipping at davidpakman.com/watch. Use the coupon code PAKMAN